Thug's brother put a silver 9mm to the back of your head?
No.
And I apologize for bringing that.
You ain't even got to apologize. I know you did it on purpose. It's all good.
Did you tell the police that Thug, his brother, and DK demanded money from you and your gun?
No.
The Young Thug YSL RICO trial is in shambles. Day 50 begins with the state announcing they have a witness who refused to appear in court and dodged a subpoena. So they had her arrested and she's being forced to take the stand. She's a victim in a 2013 robbery that is not in the indictment anywhere, allegedly involving Thug and his brother. We have a witness that cries on the stand that was arrested the day before and doesn't want to be there. Absolutely insane. The state looks terrible in my opinion. Hit subscribe, join the channel. Here we go.
Our first witness perhaps needs to be brought out. I'll let the court direct us. She is going to be brought out as opposed to walking in from in the back.
Okay. Did you offer her to be dressed in civilian clothing?
No, we just...
Was that due to because she didn't want to, or is it because of...
She is the state's witness, and we do not have a problem with her coming out. There is no...
Has she been threatened, or is that to prevent her from receiving additional threats? Because I assume that she's in custody. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Mr. Steele.
This is the first I heard about it, so I just want to inquire if we could have a minute with the state. There may be some impeachment information that we're entitled to under Brady with the prongs of impeachment as well as exculpatory. But if the witness is not going to say anything, I'd like to know that before the jury comes out. Or if she's going to invoke some amendment, privilege, I'd like to know that too, because it should not happen in front of the jury. Now, I have no basis. I'm just learning about this, but that's what I would like to find out.
I mean, what a shit show. Why do they keep calling witnesses that don't want to be there? They're pointless. This lady was arrested.
She was picked up on a material witness warrant. That is why she is in custody. So
Okay.
there's no...
Picked up on a material witness warrant.
She did not appear. She was subpoenaed. She did not show. We had to find her. The witness has indicated from the beginning that she did not want to testify. When I met with her late last year with Chief Investigator Randolph with our office, we spoke and emphatically indicated she did not want to be involved. We told her that we had to, this is what we have to do. She indicated that Mr. Anderson, who is her child's father, was the way that she said initially, she started off with, I blocked everything out from then. I blocked everything out. Start off with the fact that I'm sorry that all of this has happened to you. And then she said, I've been in a bad place. I went to prison. I learned my mother was sick, terminally ill while I was in prison. The year after I was released from prison, my mother died the day after my birthday. And there have been times when I didn't want to go on, but I have these 3 boys, so I have to go on. We talked about...
So this witness is not mentally stable and they're forcing her to testify. Great. I'm sure it's going to be productive for the jury.
I asked her whether anyone ever contacted her after following the 2013 robbery by the defendant Williams and Mr. Murphy. She said no one had ever spoken with her. That we were the first ones that spoke with her. The officer said that they called you and apologized and gave you your stuff back. She said, what officer said that? When did they give me my stuff back? She agreed to meet with us again as time went on. Later, as it grew closer to the time that she needed to appear in court, she came here for court. When I sat down to talk with her, she said, I want to take my life. And I asked her, what had happened? Why? She said, you're making me feel that way. So I left. I walked away from her and called in an advocate. And our lieutenants, our investigators were called. They then called an ambulance. She indicated that she did not need an ambulance, reached out and said, we don't want to have to get a material witness warrant for you, but you have to answer our calls. We secured a material witness warrant. In the meantime, after that had been secured, she was in the hospital, but we had eyes on her home. Her car didn't leave the driveway.
They were watching her house. I mean, just it seems kind of excessive.
A material witness warrant for her arrest on yesterday. She was taken into custody yesterday. She was not happy. And as a result of that, Your Honor, I also wanted to bring to the court's attention as far as what she will say when she comes in here. She's not a fan of our office.
Sounds like harassment. Ooh, Doug's got a checkered knit sweater on, looking snazzy. Looks like Lil Rod's health situation is back to normal. That's why court was canceled the past 2 days, because of Lil Rod. He was sick or something.
None of it was provided to us this morning or yesterday. So, I mean, it's pretty disingenuous to come in and start, hey, I'm speaking, to start citing cases and saying I can ask these questions after the state arrested somebody yesterday and holds them in jail, number one.
Mr. Harvey snapping.
The thing that I heard that was stated to the state is Brady material. The person's mental state, what she said, the statement that was given, none of which we were given that I know of. So and number three, I do object to the public not being able to see this witness under the authorities that we have already provided to the court and argued previously. I don't think this witness should be shielded from the public. We have been provided with nothing to verify that she is in any particular danger that would overcome the Sixth Amendment. I would like that Brady material and a chance to digest that with my co-counsel prior to this witness testifying.
The court streams these proceedings via Zoom down to another courtroom in this courthouse for anyone who chooses to see it. Anyone who desires to do so can come inside the courtroom by permission of the court, if the court allows, and can go into that other room. What the defendants do not have is the right to dictate where media, who is filming for the rest of the world, places its camera. The camera has been focused on defendants at various times, solely focused on defendants at various times during these proceedings. They have absolutely no right to dictate where the camera is pointed, and certainly not to tell this court what to allow or not to allow.
You can tell she's very mad. I wonder if she subscribed to my membership for the channel. It's only $3 a month or 10 cents a day, or $8 a month, and you get extra videos here and there. Hit the join button.
Our cameras are in the courtroom at this point in time. The question is safety of the witness and the like. Well, I disagree with Mr. Harvey, so I'm going to overrule your objection. Do you have anything else, sir?
The judge disagrees and overrules. Wow.
One factual basis, not a scintilla of evidence or a proffer that this person has been threatened or is in danger in any way that would overcome Mr. Nichols and all these gentlemen's Sixth Amendment rights.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Anything else? 2, impeachment evidence is Brady. Someone who says, I don't remember something now. That's impeachment. Did you seek to interview the witness? You had the witness's availability for almost 3 months. So you could have gone and interviewed the witness and gotten this particular evidence yourself.
All the lawyers are not satisfied with her face not being shown on camera. I get it. She doesn't want to be put on blast in front of, hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube or whatever, but they're saying there's no evidence of her being threatened by anyone.
Told the state that her significant other continued to associate with Mr. Jeffrey Williams after she made these accusations. And she accused the state of harassing her.
Yeah, okay, that was...
And so these are exculpatory statements. These are impeachment. They fall under Brady.
So these lawyers are doing what any good lawyer would do. They're saying they have the right to all this information. If the judge says, I doubt it though, because it's going to delay the trial anymore.
Did you seek to interview her?
I seek everyone.
Did you seek to interview her, Mr. Sharp? Yes or no?
Your Honor, I know.
Did you seek to interview her? Yes, you personally, on behalf of your client.
Me personally, I have not.
Okay.
She has been interviewed.
All right.
So
okay. Anything else?
I don't do everything involved with my cases. There's investigators, there's other attorneys.
Okay, did you have an investigator go and find her? Seek to find her?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right. Have a seat. Anything else? Anything else?
The judge is trying to rush and get through everything, but he just comes off as rude and biased. But I get it. He's trying to control the courtroom, but it's slowly spiraling.
When I researched, I heard the former witness, Mr. Bean, his answer was consistently, I don't recall. So I researched that to determine whether this is I understand hearsay. If a person doesn't recall, then you lay a foundation and you get in the prior inconsistent statement. Because, whatever they said or prior statement.
So this is a completely separate objection about the state asking leading questions, and it could be deemed hearsay if the witness shuts down and just says, I don't recall over and over.
But that the federal courts and Georgia has said that I don't recall. The reason I bring this up to the Honorable Court, I have no idea what this next witness may or may not say, but if she truly shuts down, I just want you to know that that's why I don't want it to happen in front of the jury. I will be asking nothing be said. The prosecution cannot ask leading or non-leading questions because...
He's such a good lawyer to research this and see what he can do with witnesses that shut down and are just saying, I don't recall on the stand, because the last 2.5 weeks with Adrian Bean has been a shit show.
Then it's a confrontation clause violation. That's why I want to bring it to your court.
My reading of the law is entirely contrary to the notion that he is proposing to the court, that what happened with Adrian Bean implicates confrontation rights. So I would also ask the court to inquire of Mr. Steele if he has any recordings of this next witness, if he had an opportunity to interview her, and what she told him.
Oh, so she thinks it's because of something she said to him in an interview, and now she's asking for the interview. The state never gives the defense shit. Why would they give that up? F you, I'd be like, no, I'm not obligated to do that.
In the interest of justice, I would ask the court to inquire of Mr. Steele if he has any information, any recordings of this witness, anything of that nature, that give him reason, or even if he doesn't give him reason, if he has any recordings, if he has any information, if he had the opportunity to... Did you
interview the witness, Mr. Steele? Did you have the opportunity to do that at some point in time?
I don't have to answer that question, but I don't mind answering ex parte on a sealed record, and the defense, not the public and not the prosecution.
So we're going on an 1.5-hour break, and they started at 1, so day's already almost over. So they're calling the jurors then. All right, the jurors are finally coming in at like probably 2 or 3 p.m. Told the police she got robbed by Thug DK and someone she thinks was Thug's brother at her apartment. She did not call the police at the time. Sometime later that night at 3 a.m. she hears shots outside her apartment, calls the police to report the shots, and she tells them about the robbery. When the police tried to follow up on this, they were not able to get a hold of her, so the investigation was dropped. The statement still exists though, and they want to use this witness to get those statements in. She obviously doesn't want to testify. Yeah, this is insane. So this lady didn't even want to report the robbery, and no one was ever charged. What?
I feel like I was forced to come here.
Hold on. Mr. Matthews and then Mr. Adams.
The judge is eating something. The judge's mouth is full, and I heard him chewing.
I lived in a lot of parts of Atlanta. I'm talking loud as I can.
I've got the same kind of issue with my mic. I don't think it's coming through it's kind of coming in and out. Let me make a phone call.
This trial's such a disaster, bro. The first witness at 3 p.m. on a Thursday, and the mics are going in and out.
Live with you in 2013.
Oh, my kids and my kid's father.
So on Mother's Day 2013, you were the mother of 2 children.
Yes.
Was your mother alive in 2013?
You had to ask me like that about my mother. Why you say was she alive?
Did you have a family? Did you have a family structure around you in 2013? Ms. Bennett, Your Honor, could we?
What's going on?
Ms. Bennett, I'm going to move away from that, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the first time that you and I met, okay? Do you need a moment?
Ms. Bennett, just let us know when you're ready, okay?
Is she crying or something? I sound like a cry a little bit when she asked about her mother. Why is she asking about her mom? Who cares? Where were you on the night of blah, 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 blah? Like, let's get into the robbery. Who cares about anything else?
I'm ready, but did she really have to do that, like, for real?
You're subject to examination.
But
Just let us know whenever you feel you're ready to go forward, okay?
I'm ready, Judge. I talked to Ms. Love about my mom like that. That's a tragic situation for me. Like, I haven't talked about this. I haven't grieved about this.
Okay, all right, go ahead, madam.
And I apologize for bringing that.
You ain't even got to apologize. I know you did it on purpose. It's all good.
Hold on 1 second, Flo.
All of this in front of the jury, too. The jury's seeing a crying witness who's a victim who was arrested to be here, and her pointing out that Miss Love did that on purpose.
Did something happen to you that caused you to later make a report to the police?
Not that I recall.
Here we go. She doesn't recall the incident.
Mother's Day, May 12, 2013. Was your child's father friends with defendant Jeffrey Williams?
I'm not sure. Was they friends or not? No, I didn't tell you what year. I told you that they did a video together. But I didn't know what year they did it.
Are you afraid of Jeffrey Williams?
No, I know who he is because y'all told me.
Hold on, madam. Hold on. All right.
Thug's lawyers were quick as hell to object to that question. She answered no and laughed, though. Like, it seemed genuine, like she's not scared of Thug.
Do you recall telling the police that on Mother's Day, May 12, 2013, you heard a knock at your door?
No.
Do you recall telling the police you asked who it was at your door after hearing a knock?
No.
Do you recall telling the police that you learned after asking that it was a friend of your child's father, known to you as Thug, who was at the door?
No.
Do you recall telling the police that you opened the door and let Thug inside your home?
No.
Did you ever say to the police, Thug's brother was also with him?
No.
And do you recall telling the police that you turned your back on Thug's brother, and a person you called DK after letting them in your home?
No.
Do you recall telling the police that you turned your back on them to walk into the kitchen to make your baby a bottle?
No.
Went to the kitchen, Thug's brother put a silver 9mm to the back of your head.
No. And my baby didn't even drink bottles. My baby was breastfed. So no.
Did you tell the police that the 2 suspects, that Thug, his brother, and DK demanded money from you and your gun?
No.
Did you report to the police that Thug, DK, and Thug's brother took your Versace necklace and approximately $100 off your kitchen table?
I never owned a Versace necklace.
What is going on here? This is so stupid, bro. So another state witness that is most likely a liar, because she probably did tell the police all this. But this is so stupid because it's not even an overt act and it's not in the indictment. And no one was charged with this in 2013. This is so pointless.
That they also took $4,000 and your rental car key.
Damn.
No.
That before leaving your apartment, DK fired a shot from your own gun into your living room wall.
No.
Did you tell the police that you waited for a long time before leaving the apartment after that happened?
No.
Did you tell the police that you stayed in a hotel for the night after being robbed by Thug, his brother, and DK?
No.
I just want to point out the judges overruled literally everything from the defense today. Every single objection.
Did you tell the police that the other holes in your wall were from when they later returned?
What are we talking about? Because it's confusing. You said I had one bullet hole. Then I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, my home was shot, but I never reported to the police that I did.
This lady could be just scared that she snitched on them and then regretted it later on. Sounds like her baby daddy was friends with Thug at some point, so maybe she regretted it. You can't really take back statements, but no one was charged.
Did you show to the police a picture of Thug and DK on your cellular phone that you did still have?
I mean, shit, she's a civilian. She allowed to snitch. If you're robbing civilians, the civilian gonna snitch on you. That's how it works, brother. If your baby daddy is a gang member, it gets tricky that knows the people that robbed you.
They later called you and apologized for doing what they did. And by they, I mean Thug, DK, and Thug's brother.
He just said they had my phone. How they called me?
They called her and apologized? Did they not? What a disaster.
Where's that person in the courtroom right now?
He's sitting over there. A man with a brown suit and a man with a gray suit.
And is it fair to say that you never reported that you were shot on May 12, 2013?
I never been shot. Unless y'all know something I don't know, because I ain't never been shot.
What a disaster. Terrible witness for the state.
At any point that I made you want to cause yourself harm?
No, it was more not, really not you, but the people in your circle, your team, or whatever they call. Because, like, yeah, I was really, like, trying to, I don't know, manipulate, if that's the word y'all was trying to do, or something. Like the situation. I don't know, like, I felt like you kept trying to, like, confuse me. Like, you trying to do the same thing now. You asked me, did he break in my house? Did he get this? Did he do that? Like, all the questions you just asked. Like, I can't remember all the questions you just asked. You ask them over, I can answer them.
Me talking to you about Thug, DK, and Thug's brother giving you back your items.
They gave them back?
I'm asking you a question. Do you recall me talking to you about that?
I don't remember you saying that.
Mr. Adams up on cross. Let's see. There's not much court left. Here we go.
You came out from, you're in custody right now.
Yes, sir.
You were placed in custody, you're in Fulton County Jail, and brought in here and testified, correct?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you had very many conversations with Mr. Hamilton, is that right?
Yes.
You have an objection, madam?
Not at this time.
Okay, all right.
Why is she interrupting if she doesn't have an objection? What the f?
Did there ever come a point where you were told by Investigator Hamilton of the DA's office that you did not and you should not talk to anyone but him?
Yes.
That's strange. Why can't she talk to anyone but him? And that's pretty much it for today. They're going to be back tomorrow, and apparently tomorrow's another half day. We have another witness that doesn't want to be there and snitched 10 years ago. Like, she pretty much snitched, let's be honest, and regretted it and didn't really want to follow up on the statement she gave at some point. But I mean, this is a victim of a crime, if anything, that is just, you know, trying not to be a snitch. And it's just pointless. It just makes the state look bad. Comment down below your opinion, join the channel membership, hit subscribe. Love you guys.
Another drink.